Today we are heading up to the Peña de Ñadó. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's up on the ridge there on that mountain in the background. It's a little easier to see here. There's Aculco in the foreground and the crag up there on the ridgeline. Simeon's out in the lead here today. He's the only one that's been up to the Peña before, so we are following him. Riding the central highlands of Mexico is sort of a dirt biker's paradise. You can pretty much ride anywhere. No one seems to care except for the dogs. But everyone's friendly that I've met anyway so far. We started off this ride by getting a little warmed up on some double track, and as well as trying to locate the correct road to get up to the Peña. Simeon hadn't been up here in quite a while, and so he was trying to refresh his memory. We weren't following any sort of maps or GPS at this point. This is me getting warmed up, bashing through bushes. Clearly I didn't have my sea legs on yet. Here we are heading up the road towards the Peña. You can see it there on the top of that ridgeline. I'll be standing on top of it here in a few minutes. This is the last little farm we passed through. And farmers, everyone's just so friendly here. We always slow way down for livestock just so we don't anger anyone. Once we passed through that little farm, we did not see a soul for hours. This is Joseph right in front of me there. He's from Colorado like myself and had flown out for a few weeks to do some dirt biking and rock climbing with us. This lower section of the road was just dusty. It's like moon dust. And then as we got a little higher, it got rockier and not so dusty. So other than occasional dirt biker and four-wheeler, the only other people using these roads are loggers who are illegally cutting down trees. But I'd heard from a local that you don't really want to come across these guys because they're kind of unsavory characters. At one point we did hear some chainsaws when we had taken a break and turned our engines off. Here's where it really started getting steep. Joseph got stuck in this hole, and then I proceeded to slide down in there and get stuck as well.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm in it.
So it kind of looks like I get out of here relatively smoothly, but I just cut out the bit of me struggling when I got stuck in that hole. It wasn't that entertaining from the point of view camera. Here's where the road ended and the single track began. This was a really cool section of riding here on this ridge line, this single track, right up the ridge, and it just dropped off on both sides. The Peña's directly in front of me. I'm just really about 500 yards away from it. Looks like Simeon picked a bad line there and stalled out a little in the rocks. I pull up in the lead on this fork. Definitely got a lot rockier and technical at this point.
There it is. Big old rock. Going up there.
So I brought along some approach shoes in my pack specifically so I could get out of my motocross boots and hike up this Peña. Joseph and Simeon did not, so they stayed behind and I hiked up here solo.
It's pretty cool. Steep. Hey, let's put the camera down for the next part.
I'm glad I wasn't in motocross boots at this point.
See if we can get on top of this sucker. Close. Wow. We came from way over there.
At this point we had been staying in Aculco for 4 months and I had been looking up at this Peña, so it was really cool to finally be standing on top of it, looking back down.
Pretty epic. Cool if you could ride a dirt bike up here. Oh, here's the 360-degree view. Wow. Back in the saddle.
So here we are heading back out, heading back down I should say. But first we were riding a single track right along the Peña, which is up and to our right just a few yards. And this mountain really just dropped off steep here, and the single track was narrow and quite a bit of fun. I was pretty happy to be following Simeon through this section. I don't know how he knew where the trail was going. I don't think he did either, but we took a hard left downhill here and Joseph actually fell a little behind and missed the turn and got a little lost for a few minutes. Riding down this mountain through this forest on this barely there trail was just epic.
Here comes our lost amigo.
I followed the axe. Oh man, I jumped 2 trees. And then I was at a full stop. And I had to muscle the bike to turn it around. It was adventurous.
I was like, I better go find him, and I couldn't get, once you were down in there, I tried to get off the trail, but it's so soft in here. I was like, I'm not getting turned around in here.
Yeah, no, it took me a minute to.
Yeah, then we heard you.
Then I had to go farther back to find it, and then I had to turn around again.
That's what we were talking. That's what we figured. We heard you go. I was like, I think you went past once and turned around, and
I was okay. Thanks for waiting for me, guys.
Well, of course.
we just we'll see him for tacos sometime tonight.
Oh shit.
I don't remember exactly how long we were going downhill for, but it seemed like a couple hours, but it just kept going. And here you can kind of see how healthy and awesome looking this forest was that we were riding, and kind of how good a perspective on how steep some of the terrain was. Some of it would switch back, but some just was straight down. So we'd cut our engines and just kind of ride the brakes and kind of ski the bikes down. So a lot of this section of ride that we're doing now is in a hard enduro race that came through here, and that's why Simeon kind of knows the route through here. He was in that race. I think it was a couple years back. It's probably also the last time anyone rode this trail. There was a couple of forks in the trail on the way down, and we tried to pick the easiest one, but once in a while we questioned whether we had chosen correctly.
Sketchy!
Yeah. Obviously we're supposed to go the other way. I don't ever remember something looking like this.
So I have this footage cut up into about 13 minutes, it looks like, but this was probably about a 4-hour ride minus the stops we made. I'd like to thank Simeon here for loaning me one of his KTMs while my Yamaha was in the shop getting a new top end done. And I also would have never been able to find this trail on my own. Here we are coming out of the forest and heading down the bottom of the mountain towards Aculco. We were pretty tired at this point, so it was challenging to keep the bike upright on these last few rocky sections.
I can't believe how long this track was coming down out of here. Just keeps going, doesn't end.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I have a track of me going down a ridge that was that wide, and it was the whole thing was single track all the way down. It's one of the other ridges, and it was just, I gotta look to find where that is, because there's so much riding here. And when we look at on the map what exactly we did and how much there is.
Oh man, I bet. Yeah, can't wait to look.
Double track, like the other side, we got I have the last frontier. It's double track going into the mountains that I've seen twice now, but I've been so tired when I get there that I'm just like, nope, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to go journey over there too. That's double track stuff, but man, it's like a whole section of mountain I've never been in yet.